Hello, welcome to this follow-up tutorial on how to set up a monorepo with NX using Angular, Firestore, and Google Cloud Functions. So for this video, I will talk about how to set up properly the authentication flow within our application, the application that we started last time. So here is how application looks like after this first video. So you have our login component here directly uh, within our navigation component. And we don't expect to see such a thing in a real application. So we expect this login component to be outside this layout component here. While we need to make a few changes to the routing part of our application. But to understand why application is displayed in such a way, so let's have a look at our main.ts file. That is the entry point of our application. And when our application is bootstrapped, so app component is loaded, and our app component, it contains directly the navigation component before the routing component are called. So that is why the login component and the coin list component are displayed alongside with the navigation of our application. So we need to make a few changes to this route here. But first thing, let's remove this navigation from app.component file. And now let's make a few changes to the routes here. So here, instead of the coin list component, I will use the navigation component here. And now I will use the children property, and there I will display the coin list component using the entry path. So now if we call the entry path, uh, it will load the navigation component, and then it will load our coin list component. So now with these little changes that we've made, our login component will no longer be displayed along with our navigation component. But now also let's make a few improvements to our login component. Let's style a little bit this component. So now we can see that our login component is no longer displayed along with our navigation component. Now if we click on our login button, so we have a pop-up where we can sign in. And now we are logged in, but we need to improve our login flow for the application to redirect the user directly on this web page here. So for that, we'll need to make a few changes here on our login component, in our login component. So now let's inject the router of our application. And when the sign in is successful, we want to redirect the user to the main page. So now when the user is authenticated, it will be automatically redirected to this main page here. So to improve again on our authentication flow, let's also add a logout button here, which will allow the user to also to log out easily. Now we go to the navigation component. Navigation component. So we'll add here a button. So let's add a logout method And with this method, here, let's sign the user out, and it requires the auth of the application, and we can inject this auth. After logout, also you want to redirect the user to the login page again. So for that, we need to inject the router of application. So now we have a login button here. So let's make also a little bit of improvement to move this button here instead. Now if you click on the logout button, so automatically we are redirected on this login page. So now we see that now the login flow is more or less much better than what we had previously. So now if we click on this login button, the user is authenticated, and now the user can do whatever he has to do, and after he has finished, he can sign out of the application. So that's all I got for you for today. So in this video, we implemented the authentication flow within the application. So stay tuned for the next video as we try to add more features to our monorepo.